Hi, everybody. Alexis here. I wanted to ask you a question. Do you know why they say in scary movies it was a dark and stormy night? It's not just for the aesthetics of getting you in the mood for something. It actually means that the electromagnetic field is higher. And when the electromagnetic field is higher, it actually brings the ghost out even more. Okay, so if you're in a nice warm room and all of a sudden you feel a cold breeze and it's raining outside, there's a ghost near you. Yeah. So just be prepared for a room that's warm and all of a sudden it gets cold. That means that there's something in that room with you. If all the windows are closed, it's a ghost. I wanted to show you what I usually carry with me when I ghost hunt. And it's very, very simple. Okay, you don't need all of that big expensive equipment. Okay, I carry my trusty camcorder with my dinosaur on it. Okay, love this camera. I put it around my neck. Not only does it take videos, but it also takes pictures. Okay, this is the only other thing that I carry. My rods. Yeah, they're bent because they're 20 years old. Okay, and they work very simply. Put one in each hand. I usually take and put a little straw on the end so that I'm not controlling the rods. The rods are free moving, and I will walk around with my rods asking questions and asking the rods to cross if there's something there. That way, I'm not interfering with how they move. They'll move on their own. On the 31st, Halloween night, the beautiful Miss Eskies and I will be doing a collab on scary stories. But my story for you today is again about Crystal Castle because I spent close to 10 years there getting to know the apparitions that live there. They trusted me, I trusted them. Now, I'm going to tell you something about a haunted house. When a house is truly haunted, a lot of times it's taken care of. I've been in sites where there's dust so thick that it looks like somebody literally just, instead of sweeping, they put dust all over the place. Crystal Castle was just the opposite. No dust anywhere, as if someone was still cleaning up there. And the caretaker, he was only there to make sure that no one broke in. It was times we went in there and it would smell like someone had actually just shellacked the wood. It would be shiny. There would be no dust anywhere. And he would never do that because he didn't have to, because the house did it to itself. That's why it's called a live sale. As we started going in there after maybe 6, 7 months and the house got to know us, I was sitting in the master bedroom. Now, you have to understand something about houses and people back in the early 1800s and even into the 1900s. The husband would have a room of his own and the wife would have her own room. Her room would usually be near the nursery so that she could get up if she heard one of her children crying. Well, I was in William's room, the head man of this house. And I saw something. I'm sitting in a chair next to a dresser, and I would take my camcorder and set it down and just move it. Instead of moving it with my hands, I would set it on the dresser or on a little table, and I would just move it slowly so that it would not jump. Well, I'm sitting in William's room, and I look over at his bed, and it looked as if someone had just went and sat down on the bed. I could actually see the indentation being made, because I know that those old beds where you sleep at, and we all do it, we don't sleep in weird positions to where we're moving around our entire bed. When we get comfortable, we stay in that position, in that spot, and that can go over years. And your indentation will come into the bed naturally. But that was not what I saw. What I saw was actually someone sitting down, so the bed sank down. I asked, William, is that you? On my camcorder, I could see him. I couldn't see him with my naked eye, but I could see him through the camcorder, just a silhouette. And he looked at me and shook his head very slowly. Yes. I said, may I ask you some questions? He shook his head. Yes. I asked questions that only can be answered by a yes or a no, because he was not speaking. He was just nodding his head. I said, do you mind if I call you William? He shook his head. No. So I said, okay, William, did you pass over in this house? He said, yes. I said, did all of your family members pass over in this house? Yes. Was that your wife who was downstairs months ago and scared one of my investigators? Yes. I said, is she here with you now? No. I said, is she in the house? Yes. Will she hurt us? Yes. Is there any way we can make it where she won't try to hurt us? Yes. I was then stuck, because now I can't ask him 1,000 questions to get the yes. So I slowly started asking questions. Does she think we are disrespecting her? Yes. If we tell her we're not trying to disrespect her, we want to know about her, the lady of the house, will that ease it up some? He said, no. I said, is she going to hurt us? He said, no. Will you stop her? Yes. He then rose up. I'm looking at him through my camera. He walks past me. I get a chill. He opens the closet door. I'm still sitting there. I'm alone in this room. And a book falls out. I go over. I pick up the book. I don't open it. I take it downstairs to what we call base, where we have someone sitting watching us. And then I open it. And it's her favorite poems. I ask again, at base, William, will this ease her up? Will she not hurt us? The book opens on its own to the middle poem. And I got a sense that if we read that poem, she would not bother us anymore. And I had a feeling that part of her anger was because she couldn't read or write her poems anymore. So the next time we came back, which was 2 days later, we read her whole book. And we got the smell of violets. Whereas before, when she came around, she would make it smell like rotten eggs. That's what an angry ghost will do. Once we read her poems out loud, and they were beautiful, she calmed down. She wouldn't try to hurt us, because she would do things like move our equipment around, little things like a walkie-talkie. She would move it to like the other part of the room, So once we read those poems, she calmed down a lot. And the next time she appeared, it was myself and Annie sitting in her bedroom. And she smiled for the first time in months. We finally caught her with a smile on her face. And she stopped slamming the doors. She would close them gently. And one night she led me to her daughter's room, the one who had passed away at 7. I'll tell you about that one next time. Bye. And remember, positive thoughts, put out love, and it'll come back to you. Talk to you later.